Hey everybody, welcome to the Art of Comics. I'm your host, Andre Salazar. Today, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this really great manga that I just kind of turned into. You know I've been reading a lot of manga lately. Yes, I have a little visor hat because my hair is out of control. I've not gotten my hair cut since March. So it's getting wild. So we're just going to wear this today. I don't feel like doing it up. I want to talk about Vagabond by Takahito Inui. This is produced here in the States by Viz. They reproduced it here, translated it, and this is the Viz Big versions, which is the Takahito, where they put basically 3 graphic novels in one. So it's volumes 1, 2, and 3 all in one big book. It retails for about $20. You can get a little cheaper, I'm sure, online. Takahito's work, he's known for, I think he did Slam Dunk, right? I think his big book was Slam Dunk about high school basketball, and that was really good. So I wanted to get this. I love samurai stuff. You know I'm reading Lone Wolf and Cub, and so I thought, let me check out Takahito's work here in this book. Heard a lot of great things. It's on a lot of like top 10 lists. So I picked it up, and I really like this. It's really fun. It's a story. It's kind of a fictionalized story of Masushi. What's his name? Masushi Miyamoto, right? Yeah, Miyamoto. So Miyamoto Masushi is a figure who wrote the book of Fire, the Fire Rings. Military guy, evidently did a lot of duels and was great with duels, and he did them all with a wooden sword. That's the myth, right? I don't think we really know the whole story, but this is a lot of fun. I really like the art. I really like some of the design choices he makes. The costume's great. I like the period, the Edo kind of period of samurai stuff. So I thought this was a great companion to my Lone Wolf and Cub. While Lone Wolf and Cub is iconic, classic, it's in a league of its own. Lone Wolf and Cub is also very, the line work is very expressionist, it's very loose, and it's got a lot of that energy. Takahito Inui does it a little differently. He's a lot more deliberate. It's a lot more precise, and so the art is kind of a little more modern, kind of more manga modern style. For example, you'll see in a Lone Wolf and Cub page there'll be 8, 12 panels in a page. Here you'll get like 2 to 4, right? So panels are bigger, more splashes. That's the kind of like feeling they're going for. And maybe that's why they can bang out so many pages, these mangakas, because they're not doing such panel compositional work. I'm just throwing that out there. Just take that for what that is. Anyway, I thought this was really good, enough to where I'm going to get the second one next month for sure. I can only do one a month because I got a lot of stuff going on. But really dug it. It is quick. Again, it's one of these things where these modern mangas, I read this in a weekend. And this is like 500 pages, 600 pages. So it's like, it's kind of quick, but it's a lot of great content. Why don't I dive down and let's go check it out, okay? Let's check it out. Hey guys, here we are checking out the book. Again, published by Viz. It's read like classic manga from the back to the front, and top right to the bottom. Really, again, I really dig this. Each of these chapters has a couple colored pages, and that's, I think, just because that's the way the original was done in those like anthologies. And I don't know if this was a Shonen Jump. I'm assuming it wasn't Shonen Jump because a little more mature than those, but it was in originally some compilation anthology, I'm sure. Let's get into the line work. I read somewhere that he did all this work with a G pen. And if you don't know what a G pen is, let me show you real quick. Here's an example of a G pen. This is this is a deleter, a little holder. But this is a G pen. It is a nib on here. It is a letter G. You could get some good, thin, nice little lines on this. It doesn't have a ton of flex, but there is some flex in here. You can have some variation, but it's not like super flexy. It's a little more rigid, but this is a G pen. You can tell I use this a lot. This is a pen I like. So he said he uses all G pen, so no tech pens, no microns, none of that rapidograph stuff, just G pen. And I thought that was interesting. Let's just look at some of the tones he's putting in. He does a great job, of course, of putting in screen tones and really putting different values on these things. A lot of close-ups in this book. A lot of close-ups. But I like his faces. I like it. I think it's good. I like his hair. The composition, close-up, mid, side panel, mid, close-up of now that, great compositional stuff. And I like these dark stuff he's doing here. He's putting a lot of nice little gradient here at nighttime. And again, the textures on the clothing, the robes, and the kind of garb, I really like. He's choosing these really kind of nice, like, textured cloths. So each one is kind of unique and different. I like that a lot as well. So it's a story of Musashi, and he had a different name in the beginning. And so Musashi, basically, he was this young kid who was great with a sword, kind of inexperienced. His father was a well-known general, and he went to war, came back from this war, and he had his name changed, and he kind of went through this rebirth of being like this warrior guy. And even though I've read all this, we're still so early on this story, so I don't really know how this turns out. I don't know the story. There were a series and Criterion, they re-released them, and I have them actually, called the Samurai Trilogy by Mifune. So Mifune plays this character, Musashi, and Miyamoto, and so I actually want to rewatch those movies now because I have them. But yeah, it's basically this kind of fictionalized tale of this guy who is this great swordsman. And in this part, he's just kind of womping these different like Ronin mercenary guys. And yeah, these are just great line work and stuff, and just great detail, great costuming. We get some gore in here that's pretty realistic. But I like look at this. He, if you can tell, he's putting a lot of effort into this stuff. Now, some of this could be screen tones, of course, but there's a lot of pin work too. A lot of pin work. So, highly detailed pages, and really appreciate it. Really good stuff. Great positioning too. Even just the way this folds open, It'd be interesting to see what kind of reference he used, if he ever used like models and stuff. I'm always curious about that, if they just roll this out or not. But yeah, I really dig the book. It's kind of a fun story. It's quick and it's not quick. Meaning, it takes a lot of pages, but in a way, you can summarize it by this whole thing is only like 8 scenes, really, in a way, right? Or 8 beats, I will say, story beats. This old bag is a fun character. She is a piece of work. But look at all this detail here. Look at all this background, all this work here. This is all line work he's done with the G-Pen, and then he overlays some screen tones to give it that gray, atmospheric perspective stuff. This is Oko, I think. Yeah, Takeso. His name used to be Takeso. He changed it. Yeah, the backgrounds are really great. This is all wonderful stuff. Now, and you would say, well, in Lone Wolf and Cub, they just don't do it that way. Actually, let me go grab it real quick since we're here. So here's a Lone Wolf and Cub, right? And, the backgrounds are good, but you have a lot more of just less marks to kind of show the trees and the grass and stuff, where this is yeah, we're gonna get into this, we're gonna show you all this stuff here. So he just takes it to that more detailed level. I'm not saying one's better than the other, so not putting a value judgment, just stating some differences. Great folds. Really great folding stuff he does. So this is my take. I'm definitely going to read more. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed if you like this era. There's another one called the Blade the Immortal. Was it Blade the Immortal? Immortal Blade? I think it's called Blade the Immortal. That's another one that I want to read. Check out. So I'm kind of going to these kind of like classics. So there you go. This is the video. Just a quick little show and tell here on some mangas. Really was digging this. Oh, and he goes into these. One more thing I'll mention. In these in these moments of like concentration or interest, he'll move to brushwork and he'll break out the Chinese brushes, and he won't use a G pen. So I should state that every now and then he'll break out these brushes and he'll do these like quick, almost gestural like drawings of, and usually it's of close-ups of, and I like that as well. So you don't get them all the time, but there's these little moments that are evocative and like critical. He'll just break out that, right? It's usually in the heat of the battle type of deal. Anyway, really dug it. Great detail, great draftsmanship. And that is Vagabond by Viz, okay? And I like these big versions because it's just hefty. And since it's such a quick read, I need it like that. If I were to just get the normal ones, you read that in like an hour. So there you go. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Check out my Patreon for more videos and comics, my own stuff, all that kind of fun things. Link and subscribe, comment, all that crap. Have a great one, guys. Bye.